Hello and welcome back to my Dandelion Diaries. It is time again for another one of my planner setups, and this one I am honestly really excited for, and that is because this will be my health planner slash health journal of 2025. I have consistently used a health planner for 3 to 4 years now. Here is the one I'm currently in 2024, and I'm going to be pretty much duplicating a lot of the things that worked for me this year into this new book. So this is a Hobonichi Weeks Mega in the color leaf green. It is a very floppy book. I've showcased this in a few of my videos already, but we're going to be setting this up fully from cover all the way to cover today, and I'm going to be sharing the supplies I use and how I'm kind of starting from nothing and turning it into what I want to use it for. With that being said, this will be a very long video, a very chatty video, and please be sure to reference timestamps in the description if there's any section of this particular planner or Hobonichi Weeks Mega planner in general that you are interested in. I will be setting up habit trackers, I will be doing monthly spreads, I will even set up a weekly spread in this video just so you guys can see how I really am dedicated to using this planner pretty much the same way that I have used it in years prior. So without further ado, I'm going to just jump in because I'm excited and I already have a lot of ideas and a lot of supplies that I really want to use up for this little guy right here. And so starting with the cover, I actually want to cover it up with these really pretty moth PET clippings that I have from London Gifties. So I'm not really sure exactly placement wise how I want to do them all, but I want to do both front and back covers with the same clippings. So I'm gonna just play around with this for a minute. I also do want to note in this video there will be no music, so just feel free to have your own background music going or whatever. I'm just not putting music in any of my setup videos this year. Okay. Okay, I like the placement of those. I'm gonna go ahead and kind of die cut these a little bit so they're not as much sticky, and then I'm gonna stick them down, and then I'll do the back with the other 4 that I have left. Okay, so now that I have them all kind of die cut out, I'm gonna go ahead and kind of replace them a little bit how they were. Do I want to cover up that or do I want to leave it? Okay, we'll see about that one. For sure, I know I want to put this one at the bottom because it's like the biggest one out of all of the clippings I have. Ooh, okay, I really like this already. Okay, the real question is, do I want to try to leave that there? I think that might be kind of cute. Because if I leave this visible, I can go back in and see it easier. Yeah, I'll leave it visible. What the heck? Okay, I'm gonna put the top one down as well. Ooh, okay, I'm really liking this. She's so cute. Okay, I kind of like that they're just going up their little own way. I do also have some star stickers, which these will be a common theme through all of my setups. I'm trying to use up my stash of stuff. I'm trying not to buy new things. I have succeeded and I have failed, but I am still going to be trying to use up stuff that I have in my collection. So these star stickers I got some time ago. I'm pretty sure off of Amazon, AliExpress, Temu, I don't even know. But they are sparkly and they kind of match the theme of pink and green that I really like to use for health for some reason. I did this last year too, where I did pink and green, and I really like how the colors just kind of, I don't know, they go well together. But I don't know if I want to use any of the pink ones. I do think the green looks good, and I think the silver looks good with it too. I'm usually a green and gold kind of gal, but I feel like silver just matches the tone of these moths a little bit better. Yeah, we'll just stick that right up there. Okay, I think that's good with that. And then I have little, hold on. Yeah, I have these little star stickers too that I've been trying to use up. Now the question is, what color do I use? I could keep it the green. I wish I had tiny pink ones. The red is too red. I could do the yellow. I think I'm going to stick with the green. I don't know. Maybe I'll peel them up if it looks terrible. Yeah, I don't like it. It's too... It matches too much. I think I'm going to stick away from these. Luckily, they're old and not super sticky anymore. Okay, yeah. I think I'm just going to stop while I'm ahead here. And then flip to, yeah, the back. I'll just do the back really quick. So let me die cut the rest of these, and then we'll place them down on the back how I think they will look. I don't know, how I want to play around with them. Okay, so I have two of these that are darker green. I think this is the biggest one, so I'm going to try to put that one down there. So I'm going to do little, big, maybe have them going a little bit of a different direction. Yeah, I think that'll work for me. Not so much worried about the back because, let's be honest, we only really look at it every now and then, and that's because it's out of a cover or it's just upside down on your desk. Because when we usually look at things, we look at them at the front cover. At least I do. So I'm not super worried about these ones' placement, I guess, as much as the front ones. The only thing I'm a little worried about with the cover of this planner is since it is paper, it's not super protected. I will say that I have a clear cover in mind that I'm hoping, crossing my fingers, that it will fit. If it doesn't, I'm gonna have to figure out something else. Whether that be it just doesn't get a clear cover, it's going to go in a leather cover for the whole year, or what. I haven't really made any choices here, but I do want to put some kind of cover on this since it is a paper cover, and I don't want it to be damaged at all by the elements of being carried around and things like that. Okay, I'm going to leave it at this for now. I actually think I may go back in with a silver Sharpie, maybe even a paint marker if I have one that I like the color of, and make like some little twinkles or something around them. And then I also want to write 2025 on the spine. That's something I definitely like to do on my paper planners because they don't have anything on the spine. So I like to write in the year because that's how they sit on my shelf. They sit like this on my shelf. So definitely want to see the year there. Okay, I'm going to move into the inner cover, and surprise, surprise, I'm going to try to do another washi dashboard. So I have been trying to use up my washi stash as it is becoming very extensive, and I want to, you know, use it up. I bought it for a reason. I need to use it. It's pretty. So I picked out a bunch of green and pinkish colored washis. This big one here is from London Gifties. I have a couple from the Coffee Monsters Co., a couple I think from Leela Journals. This other tulipi one is from London Gifties, and then I think I have one from Planner Monkey Co. I think this one here is from Planner Monkey Co. And then this little skinny one's from the Washi Tape Shop. But I'm gonna try to do this really quickly and just kind of do what I did with one of my other weeks, which was I did a diagonal washi dashboard, but on this one I think I'm going to do a horizontal washi dashboard because I just think, you know, I want to change it up because why not? I feel like diagonal is done a lot, so I'm going to try to do it with a horizontal because I can. That being said though, I'm going to take this really close to my face because I want it to be super straight and not crooked, otherwise I have to peel it up, so just pardon me for a moment. And then I'm going to take a ruler and just double check myself that it is square to the page. mean, I guess if it's slightly off, it wouldn't be a problem, but I don't want it to be slightly off. I want it to be straight. Okay. It's as straight as she's gonna get. So there's that one. I'll just do the skinny one right next to it. Why not? And I'm not putting these in any particular order. Like I said, I'm just gonna zoom through this really quick and then I will cut all the edges off. Okay. Okay, all of the tapes are on. I did struggle quite a bit with this. I don't exactly love how some of the pieces here in the middle are lifting. If they continue to do that, I will probably just take like a glue stick or something and just dab a little bit of glue right there, and hopefully it will lay down. But for now, I'm gonna go ahead and cut off the excess of the washi here. Okay, I think that is good enough for now. I may go back in, like I said, with a glue stick or something and just kind of touch it up the places that are lifting. A few of these tapes are a little older from my stash, so that totally makes sense that it would lift. The stickiness does, you know, disintegrate over time. It either comes too sticky or not sticky at all anymore. And in my experience, washi tape typically goes the not sticky at all anymore. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and move on to the next pages here. I consider these the Flyleaf page, and like, I guess like a little extra bookend page. I don't really know what to call it, but I'm gonna do, I think, some vinyls here because I've been really trying to go through my vinyl stash, and I also want to use some of the newer vinyls that I have from my shop. And then I also want to use this washi tape, which is another one I got from London Gifties that I used last year, and I just want to keep using it because it's food related and this is a health journal and this just makes sense to me. So I'm going to put this on this side, kind of to help reinforce, honestly, these end pages a bit. I don't think I'm going to have any problems with like paper tears or anything like that, but I do just want to, you know, put in the extra effort of, you know, making sure that this book is going to stay the way it is until the end. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and do this first. And I just want to line it up here in almost the center. Just so it's kind of like another almost a wallpaper effect. It's just adding something to a blank page for me. It's not super important, but it's just extra. And then I'm going to go ahead and do the next one right next to it. Yeah. And I'm not really worried about the teeny tiny bits of space that are, well, left over on this. Like the edge over here that doesn't have any tape on it is not going to bother me at all. If anything, it's just like extra paper, I guess. Okay, and I'm going to turn this off really quick. Okay, that one is done. And for anybody who is stressed about my cover, it's fine. Okay, I'm going to clip this back together, and then we're going to do kind of like a little vinyl collage thing. So I have this skull vinyl from my shop. This was a freebie with all orders in October. Then I have a couple of clippings from my Coffee Monsters Co. seals. I think this was tea and coffee. I don't know, I cut them all up and then I leave them in like a little tin, and that way I can just dig through them. This is the 2025 neutral gray from my shop, and then this is the Zodiac Nutrition labels in Taurus, because I am a Taurus, and I definitely want to use this in this spot because it's just, I don't know, I'm really proud of these, and I want to use the things that I've created. So I think, do I want to do that? I think I want to cover up the Hobonichi bits. Will that cover the whole thing, or should I do this up here and just leave the mega bit? I can always cover up the mega with a star sticker because I'm trying to use those up. Jeez. Okay. I think I like this, and then I can either leave the mega there or I can cover it up with a star sticker. Okay, for sure I know I want the Taurus and the skull where they are. And I know you're probably thinking, Danielle, a skull is not really a healthy image, but to me it is, because we are all made of bones and we have to take care of our bones, and part of taking care of our bones is eating clean and exercising and making sure we have calcium and other things. So I definitely think bones are related to health, so I'm putting it in my health planner because of that. Okay, I think I like. I mean, I can't really change what I've already done, but I can at least manipulate these two. But I think I like the chai here. Well, it's down, so it's gonna stay there. And then the chamomile can go up there. Yeah, I think that's really cute. And then just for funsies, because I have them, oh, not quite, but I could do a double one, a double star. Let's see. Yeah, okay, I like it. And then I'll go ahead and put a green. Basically, 2025 is going to be all about the stars, okay? Stars are just the theme for 2025. And it doesn't really bother me that, like, this is one foil color and, like, the stars are other foil colors. I don't really care about that at all. Okay. Now, ooh, okay, so year at a glance. When I originally did my pre-plan for this, I really wanted this to be pain management, which is what I did in my 2024 book, and then I really wanted to have a vision board. So that's one thing that I guess I'm adding for 2025 is vision boards, because I really want to, like, I guess have a better visual of my goals. And I feel like vision boards are a really great way to do that, and they're honestly really simple to put together, especially with Canva and Pinterest and just the ultimate wealth of information and pictures on the internet. You can always do your own pictures too if you really wanted to, but these are the ones that I chose. I made two because I do have two places in this book that I want to have a vision board. And I think, yeah, I think this one is slightly bigger, so I'm going to use this one. And this is a full page sticker. So the way I make these is I go into Canva and I measure out how big I want the canvas to be. And then I just go through images on Pinterest and just kind of like copy and paste and put them into Canva and move them around until I have them all situated where I like. And then I print them out, you know, as the size they are on just sticker paper. And since I'm a sticker shop, I have this kind of paper, which is the premium matte paper, but you could use any kind of sticker paper you wanted and just go from there. And for full page stickers, I probably should explain what I'm doing. I have peeled back a centimeter of the backing. And so this part is sticky, this part is not. So that way I'm not going to have problems with like a big sticker sticking down while I'm trying to place this and make it straight, because it will definitely bother me if it is not somewhat straight. And that way I would only be tearing up part of the page versus the whole page if I were to, you know, get the placement wrong. But once you have the top of it down, you want to start peel the backing up and then slowly drag your hand across the sticker, which will help push it down and prevent any wrinkles. And I didn't get it perfectly straight. Bummer. Okay, well, I tried. I am going to go ahead and do, I think, some washi on the top and bottom because it didn't cover the whole thing down here. I think I cut this out too small. It is okay though. Which washi? I think I want to do the grid washi. I find that just neutral washi works really great for this. I think this happened on another one of my week's setups actually. It is totally okay. I'm going to rip the washi in half so it has a torn edge like look to it. I just really have been enjoying that. And if you're, you know, frugal with your washi, makes your washi last a lot longer too. And that way it's kind of like framed on the page. Cute. Okay, well, let me explain, I guess, my vision board really quick before we move on to the other side. This is just kind of like a visualization of things that I want to aspire to have health in 2025. So up here at the top, we have just a nice home cooked dinner. She's got some salmon, salad, she's pouring a glass of wine. That is totally my vibe. This girl is sitting outside by a lake in the mountains. Definitely want to spend a lot more time outside, fresh air wise, and just enjoying nature. I find that really brings me back to myself. And then this little sticky note here, I love this. I found this on Pinterest. It says, "Dear me, don't fall back into your old patterns just because they're familiar. Love me." I love this. I'm so excited to see this all the time in 2025 as a reminder of, you know, get it together. Also, sleep is a priority for me. I'm really bad about being consistent with my sleep schedule, especially at certain times of the year. So I'm trying to be better about that in 2025. Reading is a really big health goal for me. I'm trying to read, again, 25 books for this year. I definitely met my goal last year, so this year I'm hoping to do that again. Drinking lots of water. And then recently I have taken up, I don't want to call it punching bag class. We call it heavy bag workouts. My partner and I, we have a really big heavy bag, which is like a punching bag that we installed in our backyard, and it has been really therapeutic and really fun to kind of have workouts where you literally are punching a large heavy bag aka heavy bag workout. So I definitely want that to be more of a goal for me in 2025. And honestly, I think it'd be kind of fun to like learn some kickboxing in there too. Just overall fighting, kind of like fantasy of fighting, if that makes sense. Yeah, and then the other picture I have on here is just a girl running. That is another one of my goals in 2025, is to keep up with my running journey, because I am really, really proud of myself for the accomplishments I did make in 2024, and I want to keep it going. Okay, all that's done. Over here is going to be pain management, like I said, and I want to make a little key that's going to cover up the bottom of this. So I have just some paper pads here. This one is from the Coffee Monsters Co. This is from Sticky Club. It's not going to matter though, because I'm going to flip them upside down. I really just wanted the craft paper and the white paper look. So I'm going to put the craft paper down first. And I'm going to just trim the edge of this. I'm going to take my bigger scissors so it's a bit straighter. That's still crooked. Okay, that's probably as straight as it's going to get, being my cutting skills are what they are right now. Okay, so now I'm going to take a tape runner. This is just, I think the Tombow Monoline Permanent Adhesive Tape Runner. And I'm just going to add a little bit of this to the paper, and hopefully this will, you know, work the way I'm intending it to. Otherwise, I'm just going to have to do some surgery to this page. But I'm going to try to line this up really quick. Okay. And then I want to put this on the inside as like I guess like the craft paper is like a little border. And I really wanted to use white paper. This has got like the glue stuff on the edge. You know what, I'm just gonna hastily cut this really quick so I can get it to hopefully the inner size that I want. I'm gonna cut off a little bit more. I could easily probably take this to a paper trimmer and make much better cuts, but I'm trying not to be as, I guess, particular, because ultimately it looks fine anyways. Okay, I like that, but I am going to make a little mark, at least starting for this, because I want this to fit in there pretty neatly. Okay, sorry about that. I don't know where I left off. I had to step away for a minute because there was somebody at my door. Okay, so I think I was gluing down the white paper. So let me just add some tape to this. Okay. And then because I wanted to match, I'm just gonna add a little bit of this grid washi again so it matches this other side. Oops. Well, that'll work. It's kind of like a torn edge kind of business. Okay. I like it. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and write in the key. I'm not sure which colors I'm gonna use yet, so I'm not gonna write that down. But when I decide, I will likely use some zig dot markers like this, and then I'll just dot them here and write down which pain items I want to keep track of. Probably going to be things like headaches, digestion, and most likely like depression. So yeah, I'm going to leave that like this for now and keep going. Okay, this next section I want to use as an exercise tracker, and I want to do something similar to how I did the last page where I had the this where it was like the little background with the white on top. And then I'm going to use the same thing. So I'm going to take another sheet of this and then another sheet of this. And I'm going to start with this so that way I can gauge how much space I have left over here to write down, you know, like, did you exercise? So this is going to be roughly, I'm going to just mark this again because this is a lot smaller of a space and I don't want to make it too small to where I can't really understand what I'm doing. I'm going to start with this. Still don't think it's gonna be perfect. Nope. Okay, so I'm gonna shave a little bit off of each side. It's not terrible. I think I need to shave a little bit more. Let me look at this up close. Yeah, I want to shave it just a tiny bit more. Yeah, I like that a lot more. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and glue this down. And then I'm gonna get up close with it because I want it to be straight, and I can't really do that with a big camera above me. Okay, and then I need to cut a little bit of this paper to go inside it. Let me just clean up really quick so I don't have so many loose pieces of paper everywhere. I'm just gonna do the outsides of where this is for now, and then I will trim it down some more if I need to. Almost. Okay, I think I like it. So I'm gonna go ahead and glue this down. Okay, almost entirely centered, which works well enough for me. So I'm gonna go ahead and write in again, key. And then when I decide what color dots I want to use, I will use those. But I am gonna go ahead and write on this other side, did you exercise? Using that same marker. By the way, this is a Pentel Pentel brush sign pen. I don't know if I said that already or not, but I am going to flip this on itself a little bit so it writes a little bit easier. One of the beautiful things about a soft cover notebook. Okay, let me write this down on a piece of paper really quick so I make sure I spell everything correctly. Okay, I think that is good enough for me. I'm gonna leave this like this for now, and then I may come back in and add some washi tape. I did this on one of my other weeks where I used this skinny washi and just kind of bordered the page. So maybe I'll go back and do this. I just want to decide what key colors I want to use first before I add another color to the page. So I'm gonna hold off on that for now. But I do want to go ahead and set up the monthlies. So for the months that are not 2025, so this previous month, December 2024, and then the other months in here, I have collections that I want to do. So this first one I want to do as like a tea and coffee collections. Primarily just want to, I don't know, write down fun teas or coffees that I try in 2025. And I'm going to go ahead and lay some washi down here. And then I'm also going to put a vinyl. So I'm trying to use up my vinyl stash, like I mentioned. So I've just kind of selected some random vinyls for this. And the one I really wanted to use here is from the Coffee Monsters Co. I felt it's perfect. It's tea and coffee, and yeah, it's cute. Helen's stuff is always cute. I love her little shop. Okay, and then I'm gonna go ahead and put some washi up here at the top too, just so it's matching a little bit. And I'm actually going to white out this, or cream out. That sounds terrible. This up here. So this is the Midori cream colored correction tape. I believe it is the 0.5 width. I'm not 100% sure. But I just don't want this to be super obnoxious through this tape since it is a bit see-through. And I'd rather have it mostly covered up, just like the text, than not. Like, I feel like it just makes it look a little bit better. Okay, I'm going to then write over here, tea or coffee, I think, is what I want to do. I think that'll be cute. And the rest of this stuff, I don't really care that it's, you know, a calendar. I can definitely ignore that when I write in it. That's not really a big deal for me. Okay, I think that's really cute. I'm really happy with that. And because I feel like it, I'm gonna go in with a couple of these stars just for fun. Oops, I bent my page corner. Oh well. And then where's my little ones? And then I'm gonna use some of these little green ones just so we have a little bit of a variation. Like I said, theme for 2025 is stars. I have so many of these I'm trying to use up. Okay, I think that is good enough for me. And then whenever I use a new tea or coffee, I will definitely write it down. And maybe I'll do like a 5 stars or something, like see if I want to rate it something special. Okay, so for the rest of these monthlies, I intend on using this as either a mood or a gratitude tracker. Again, I haven't really decided. I don't know if it can really be called a tracker. It's more like a log. But I do have the 2025 Coffee Monsters Co. bullet journal things. I think that's what they're called. I don't know. I wanted to use these in the weeks because I find that I don't like a lot of bulk here, and this is really minimal, and she offered these on washi paper, and I was really interested in that. So I'm gonna just do the first month with you guys, and then I'm going to do the rest of the months off camera. I'm also going to use these monthly names from my shop. These are the monthly prints, the bold monthly headers, and I'm going to use these in combination with this. Whoa. Because I felt that they would match well enough together, and still these would be a bit more bold, which is what I want. But yeah, I'm going to go ahead and get started with this. I am going to white out the weekdays up here again with this Midori whiteout, cream whiteout, because it is washi paper and I don't want it to be hard to read. See, I feel like that looks really clean. I'm gonna stick with that, and then I'm gonna go ahead and do the numbering system. One thing she did talk about is on her January through June set of these, the number 28 is wrong. So I'm going to try to do what she suggested, and the color from the next month is the color for the previous month. So I'm gonna try to do it that way so they match, if that makes sense. I hope I'm making sense. And I'm not going to bother whiting out all the numbers because you can hardly see them through this, and it's not like it's right behind where the number on the sticker is. So I'm not worried about it showcasing or showing like really funky for me. I'm just going to leave them like they are. And the little bits of shading on the Hobonichi are slightly annoying, especially that they don't match usually what I want to use in the monthlies. But I mean, I've dealt with it for years, and I'm not about to just go ham trying to correction tape every single little thing. Which I know I probably could have stuck with sterling ink, like I did last year. But I think it's more of I wanted the notes pages for the weightlifting logs that I want to do, more so than I wanted the like plain design of the planner. Like I wanted the paper, not just the design. So yeah, and I know I could have probably gone with like the big full year book that she offers, but I didn't think I could commit to using that many notes pages in the back. It's like a day per page almost, and I know I'm not going to use all of that, and I didn't want to just waste it, because like once the year's over, whatever back pages are left, I typically don't come back to them. I just don't see myself doing that. So yeah, it's okay. I'm gonna deal with the shading. It's not really that big of a deal for me. Okay, so now that I have all of those kind of stuck down, I'm going to go ahead and use one of my monthly headers here. And then I think I'm going to leave it at that. I will likely go back in with some washi tape at some point, but I don't know which washi I want to use yet. And again, I'm probably going to set up the rest of these months off camera just because it's easier for me. And also this is basically what I'm going to be doing for every single month. So that is the gist, the what's going on, you know, with this section of my planner. Okay, I'm going to move on to the next section since I'm just going to keep going. And that is the next monthly in here. That is not 2024. So this is January of 2026. And I'm hoping to use this as a space for restaurants. So similar to like the tea or coffee month I did, this is also going to be another collection. And I want this to be more of like different restaurants that I went to visit in 2025. So I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to lay down some washi. I think, do I want to use the same one? Because this is the sticker I want to use. This is the Cafe Critic, again, by the Coffee Monsters Co. And I don't know if I want to use the grid washi or if I want to use this floral washi. Or I could use this floral washi. Okay, I like this floral washi the best, so I'm going to use this one. And do I need to even white out this one, or is it opaque enough? Yeah, no, I'll white it out. Why not? A bit of a botched job there, but that's okay. Okay, and then I'm going to write down on the side here, yummy restaurants, because I feel like that's better than just writing restaurants plainly. So we're just going to go with yummy restaurants. Yeah. Okay. I think that is good for that. Do I want to add any stars? Let me see. Because I feel like silver, because the washi has gold foil. I think I'll do pink because I haven't used any of the pink ones yet. We'll just use some of these pink ones because I feel like this goes really well with the kind of tan color. And then I'll use some little we'll do some green again. Why not? Over here reasoning with myself on which stars I need to use because I have, you know, so many. Okay. Happy with that. And then the next monthly in here I want to use as recipes. So I'm going to use this little vinyl guy. So I felt it would be funny since he's sitting on a treasure chest that I could make them top secret recipes. I know, I'm hilarious. So yeah, I'm gonna use that little guy for this collection. And this is from Sticky Club, and the artist is Rin Lin. And I think I have, do I have it in here? No, I have another one of the things by her. It's a patch, and I didn't get it from Sticky Club. I actually ordered it from her. And she's just a really great artist. I really enjoy her things. And I am going to use the grid washi for this one. The little froggy is just so cute. Okay. Actually, I think I will use these quotation stickers from this Coffee Monsters Co. freebie for the top secret. Let me pull these up with some tweezers. I think that's cute. Okay. And then we'll add some stars because why not? And then I think I'll do some green ones for this one because Mr. Froggy is green. And then I'll do some yellow little stars with this one because we also have a lot of yellow going on with his treasure chest of recipes, you know? Okay, I'm gonna just give up on that now. And then the last collection I wanted to do in here was about music and podcasts. So I really want to get into being more present with the things I'm using and absorbing and all that kind of good stuff throughout the year. And music and podcasts are something that I really like to pay attention to while I'm working, whether that's like when I'm designing, when I'm packing your orders. I just like to have music or something playing in the background that I can listen to. And so I really want to write down, I guess, like the podcasts or like new music that I listen to that I really enjoy. And that way I have a better recollection of, you know, what I liked about it. And the vinyl that I kind of want to use for this is from my shop. This is my Currently Melting. And I don't know why, I just feel like whenever you listen to something really good, it just melts you a little bit. I don't know if I'm alone in that, but like chills, you know, you get really warm, like it's just like a whole sensation. And I wanted to use this vinyl here, so I am. And I like it. And then on the side here for my collection name, I'm going to call this Talks and Tunes. And then I want to draw in some little like music notes. So cute. And then I will use the pink stars again for this one. At least it's all matchy, right? I guess that's kind of what I like about it, is that it all matches. And then for the other little stars, I'll use the green ones. So that way we're staying consistent with our color theme. Yay. Okay, I really like this. Next section. Oops. Okay, so now is the weekly section. I'm going to go ahead and set this up with you guys for the first week of, what is this? Technically December, last week of November. I'm only going to do the bare bones of this because I don't really want to use this planner until the start of it, which is in December. So I'm going to show you guys how I set it up in my current journal because it's exactly the same. So this week will do. I basically designate this side to meal tracking. I divvy it up into 3 little sections here, which I use for what my workout was, what my running was, and what my meditation was. And then I do the meals here. And then on the other notes side of the page, I have a section for fasting times or intermittent fasting tracking. I have a section for meal ideas, a section for my mental health, which usually involves, you know, how am I feeling this week? What did I do for me? Did I have a happy moment? Did I have a low moment? And then at the bottom here, I have another section for like a weekly routine or weekly habits really that I just want to check off or see when I'm doing those things. So I'm going to go ahead and do the exact same thing here. I'm going to take my ruler and I'm just going to grab a random fountain pen that I have somewhere. Do I not have one? Okay, I'm going to use this one. I don't remember what ink is in this. But essentially, I'm just going to make each one of these lines a bit darker, and I am going to fold the planner in on itself because it's still new and hard to write on the softer, like more flat side of the planner. Similar to like if you like to chunk out your planners like me, how the backs of them get harder to write in as the year goes on. That's exactly what happens to me at the beginning of a planner. And I usually have to have a book to write on, or I need to flip the planner in on itself. And the easiest thing for me is to just flip the planner on itself. And this also helps to relax the binding, which is great. Okay, so essentially that is all I'm really going to do for the gridding of it. I do find it's much easier to work on the grid in the Sterling ink book because it is gridded everywhere and there's little pointers on the page of like where everything is. But again, I don't care. I'm good with this. I will make do. If it really annoys me that much, I will just buy her planner and reset up a whole new book. But I think this is really what I want to do because it has the notes pages, which again are really what I'm after for this year. Okay, I am going to add in the headers for this, and I'm just going to use another Pentel sign brush pen because I don't have a stubby fountain pen near me. So I'm just going to title this as Meals. And then over here, this is fasting time, meal ideas. That is all I'm really going to do for the weekly section here. I have meals, fasting time, meal ideas, how am I feeling, with a section of like what did I do for me this week, what was my happy moment, what was my low moment, and then a section for the weekly routine. Again, once we get to this point in the year, I will set the rest of this up, but I just wanted to give you a very basic layout of like how I set up my weeklies for this planner. Also, in case you're curious about my paper, it is doing beautifully. I was lucky and all of the planners that I got were unaffected by the issues with like the Tomoe River paper that a lot of people were reporting. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and move on more into this planner. We're gonna do the notes section now. So this is another really big portion of this book. I like to set up everything at the beginning of the year, and the notes pages are definitely a huge section of that. Again, main reason why I went with the Hobonichi Weeks. So for this, I'm gonna get started with the vision board here, and then I'm gonna do habit trackers after that. So this should hopefully fit better than the front. This is the same kind of size that I used for the other weeks that I did, and it definitely fits a lot better. Okay, again, I'm gonna get really close to this really quick. Alrighty, much better application on that one. So for this vision board, I guess I can explain it as well. I have another girl running up here. Again, running is one of my goals. I have some healthy meals being cooked, love, self-love. Writing, journaling is another really big thing I want to do. Here's another picture of a girl reading. This other little picture here says, "Dear Universe, I trust you." Weightlifting, and then again, healthy meals, things like that. So, excuse me, I definitely want to keep up with all of those things being my goals for 2025. Then I want to do, similar to other weeks that I've done, want to have these like little vinyls up here just for fun to help decorate the page. I do plan on using this as an index. Both of these vinyls are from my shop. This is the floral teacup, and the other 111 is the numerology, one part of the numerology stickers. And I am going to go ahead and just add a star for this one as well. The question is, what color? I think I'm going to do silver. Okay, love it. Next part of this is body measurements. So I really wanted to continue what I did for 2024, which is a little space for body measurements. I have no goals or anything. I just thought this was really fun and I want to do it again because I enjoy this. And the girl stickers that I chose for 2025 are actually from London Gifties, and they are fairies. And I don't know why, I just love the thought of, you know, being a fairy, I guess. I have been reading too many fantasy books. Anyways, I'm going to use these two girls. I know one is like chunkier than the other or thicker than the other. I don't really care. I'm just going to lay them out like this because that's how they landed on the page. Where are my scissors? And I will go back through later and do all the measurements and finish out this page. I'm not going to be doing that in this video. I just wanted to give you a, you know, brief idea of what I'm doing here. They are down. So I'll go back through later, like I said, and put in the body measurements for the current year, and then this will be like for next year. And then, yeah, I think that's what I wanted to do. And I'm not going to title this out or anything yet. I just wanted to stick those two down and go from there. And then the next section, I originally was planning on using these next two notes pages as goal pages, setting up very similarly again to the way I did them in the Sterling ink planner, where it had like this type of layout where it was different goals over here, and then someday, 1 year, half year, quarterly, monthly, weekly, daily. I think I'm gonna skip this because I'm already doing goals like this in my main planner, my Hobonichi cousin. So I don't really think I want to do this again for my health planner. Plus, looking back on it, I didn't really reference this as much as I thought I was going to. The intentions were great, but I think I'm gonna skip this for 2025. And instead, I'm going to write a love letter to myself. Mainly being like, you know, what do I love about me? So I'm going to leave this blank for now, and I will do this off camera because it's going to be very personal. And I'll showcase what I have after I'm done. I don't mind sharing that with you guys, but like while I'm writing it, I definitely want to be able to be comfortable and put down what I want to say and the way I want to say it and not have to worry about a camera looming over me. Yeah, okay. Next is the tracker section. So I'm going to make header pages this year. Again, notes pages, so exciting. And I think I want to use some vinyls for this. So the habit trackers that I have, or habit trackers, the vinyls that I want to use are one of these. So I have 3 header pages that I want to do back here. One for habits, one for running, and one for weightlifting. So I'm thinking this one would be funny for running because whenever you're running, you just want to like stop and get on a car and like have them take you home sometimes, especially if you're struggling in your run. So I think I want to save this one for the running trackers or running log. But I can't really decide for habits if I want to do it with this other one by the Coffee Monsters Co. or if I just want to keep it simple with this cute little sticky club one. Because I feel like this one would be appropriate for like the weightlifting log I want to do because I'm trying, right? Yeah, I'm going to save it for weightlifting. I feel like that's more reasonable. And then we'll just do this one for the habit trackers. And I'm just going to stick this right there. And right underneath it, habits. That's in 4. And then I'll do a couple of stars because why not? And then I think I'm gonna do silver for these. Silver and I'll do green. Yeah, I'll finish off the greens. And then for the actual habit trackers, I am going to set up the first one with you guys. So I'm going to set up January with you guys, and then I'm going to finish the rest of them again off camera, just because it's going to be a process. But I will show you again. It's so easy because I've been doing this for a few years now to just show you what I've done and then like how it looks over time. So like here's what it is in my current 2024. So I have a section over here for my habits. I have a section over here for sleep, mood, and stress, notes, and then my menstruation. And then I literally just have the same thing every single month. So I'm going to again set up January with you guys, and then I will fill out the rest of the months off camera. So I'm actually going to be using a Uniball Jetstream for this. This is the actual Hobonichi pen. This is the one from last year, or the current year, 2024, to write out all of the numbers, because this is not going to smear as badly on this paper. Otherwise I would use a fountain pen or a gel pen, but I'm just going to use the Uni Jetstream because it's fine. So I'm going to turn this on its side here, and then I'm going to count 4 squares from the back, and that's going to be number 31. And then I'm basically going to count backwards to 1 because that is all of the days in January. Okay, so now that I have that there, I'm going to repeat the exact same thing onto this side of the page. But I am going to skip a line down, primarily because I don't want to have to write in the crease up here. As this planner bulks out, it will get very, very difficult to write in that section of the planner. So I just like to leave, you know, 1 square. And I could honestly, instead of writing backwards, just match the grid like this and start from here. If you don't want to write out all your numbers, by the way, I believe Randy.Plans makes stickers for this, specifically for the Hobonichi Weeks grid, and I think some of the other planners out there. So in case you were interested, she, I believe, makes those. Okay, I'm going to take a Tri-Plus fine liner, a Staedtler Tri-Plus fine liner in gray, light gray. I honestly think it's light gray. Does it say on this anymore? It is light gray. I get these in bulk on Amazon because they are my favorite fine liner. And actually, before I use this, I'm going to count down from 10 because I'm basically making a little graph. So I'm going to just draw a little line to here. And then I'm going to connect it all the way across to the other side, like that. And then on the bottom here, I'm going to draw a line underneath the numbers I wrote. And then also all the way down the side over here. And then the last little one I'm going to do is actually kind of matching with the delineating line on the Hobonichi Weeks page. And that is right here. So I'm going to just kind of lengthen this line that goes all the way down. And then I'm going to enhance, embolden the delineating line here. Okay. So essentially I have sleep, mood, and stress graph, a section for notes, and then a section for habits. So what I'm going to do now is essentially title it. Is that what I want to do? I think so. So I'm going to go back with my Uni Jetstream, and basically for sleep, mood, and stress, I'm going to draw my key over here. So a solid line is going to be for sleep. If I can spell sleep, geez. And then a dashed line is going to be for my stress level. And then a dotted line is going to be for my mood. And the mood and stress are basically, I take an average of the day. And then this next section here, I'm going to do for menstruation. And then I'm also going to have a spot for date nights and high vegetable days. Those are the days that I try to correlate like food and my menstrual cycle all together. And then this is going to be notes. And then I'm not going to write out any of the habits yet because I'm not 100% sure how I want to do my habits in January yet, considering this is still really early that I'm setting this up. So I'm just going to leave that blank, but I am going to write down habit tracker up here at the top in really small. And then I'm going to take my sign brush pen and write down January underneath it. And I was going to do black, but my black pen is getting a little dried out. I need to order a new one. So I'm going to use dark brown for this. And that is it. So essentially I could use a sticker if I wanted to, but they build up a lot back here. So I'm just trying to write everything down as I can. But that is pretty much it for the habit trackers that I keep in the back. So again, sleep, mood, and stress here, menstruational cycle and notes, and then a section for the habits that I do end up tracking. I will share all of that, guys. Just give it time. In this video, I'm not going to be sharing that though. So I'm going to set up the rest of these trackers off camera. But for now, I'm going to keep, moving on and continue to the next section, which should be the running log. So I'm going to do another header page here, and we're going to use the struggle bus. And I think I'm going to do a little piece of washi with my struggle bus. Or, do I want a piece of washi? Yeah, I want to do a piece of washi. So it's like taking off a washi road. Just a tiny little piece. And then just for fun, I'm going to do like these little dashes, like it's been driving across the page. I don't know, I think that's kind of fun. Okay, yeah, I'm going to write down running log. And that's not super centered, but it is okay. I'm going to go ahead and pick some stars again. I'm going to do silver. And then for the little stars, I'm going to do the yellow ones. I'm just going to use up all of them because there's only 4 left. And then for the actual running log, again, I'm going to be basically keeping the exact same thing that I did last year, or the current year, which is, hold on. I like to use these paper clip charms to keep my pages together, so I'm not flipping through 8 million pages. But essentially it's the exact same thing that I've done here. So I have the date, the time, the mileage I did, or the distance, and then pace and notes about the run. I only really started in 2024, so this is probably the best 2 pages to show you. So I have, date, time that I ran, mileage that I ran, pace of that run, and then notes about it. So I'm going to have the exact same kind of chart, I guess, for the 2025 running tracker. And I'm going to use, again, just the January setup with you guys, or going to do just the January setup with you guys, and I'll fill out the rest of them on my own, just to save time for the filming purposes of this video. And that is pretty much it. So like I said, date, time, miles, pace, and notes. So I will finish out the rest of these on my own, again off camera, just to save time for the purposes of this video. And then the last section is the weightlifting section. So again, one of my goals for 2025 is to get better with my weightlifting practice. I want to be able to squat 225 pounds. So that's basically 2 big 45 plates on a bar. I can currently squat up to, I think, 195. So I'm close. I just really want to be able to get to that point at the gym. So by logging it, I think I'm going to have a better mindset and pay more attention to what I'm doing. And hopefully that will give me more motivation to try harder. I'm happy with this choice. Okay, I'm going to put weightlifting log underneath this. And then, of course, we're going to add stars because this is, you know, my personality now. So I think I want to do I want to do all 3? Because I feel like the trying is pretty neutral. I mean, there's yellow, but it's not overpoweringly yellow. Or I think I might just do the pink and then do the orange little stars with it. What did I do for the other ones? Okay, so for Struggle Bus, we did silver and yellow. And then for habits, we did silver and green. Okay, well, I guess that means I should do silver and orange, so that way we're keeping with similar materials. It looks more cohesive. I'm just going to do 2, and then I'll do orange for the little stars. And we'll do like 3 of these. Cute. And then I'm not going to add anything behind this because when I do this, it's going to be like a daily log. So I'll put the date of the day that I go, which exercise I did, and then I plan on writing down exactly which exercises, what weights I used, and then also a brief kind of like, what do I want to do better for next time, or how did it go, whatever. So that is it for that. And then, because I think this would be enough notes pages. I think the next section is, yeah. So it's the My 100 section is the next place in this book that I have things I want to do. And I want to use this section as 100 positive things in my life. I am not going to be setting this up in this video. I want to think really good and hard about every single thing I want to put on this list. I don't know if I'm even going to come up with 100 before the year even starts, but I do want to set this up on my own. I just wanted to share my idea here that, you know, like I want to use it for 100 positive things in my life. So I'm going to leave this like it is for now for the sake of this video. When I do the full flip through, I may have this filled out, because I'm going to have to go back and do the rest of the months and the trackers and stuff. But for now, at this portion, I'm not going to be filling this out with anything except for just telling you guys my idea. And then I think that is it for, yep, that is it for what I had planned here. I'm going to go ahead and essentially copy what I did in the front and the back. So I'm going to add in this food washi tape on the inner cover here, and then complete the back cover with the same washi dashboard I did here in the front. So I'm gonna just do that off camera too because y'all already saw me do the front portion. And then when I come back, I will do a full flip through of everything from front to back and show you guys like the rest of the monthlies and then the trackers and everything like that too. But I will see you guys in a minute with a hopefully completed book. I may be back on a different day. I'm not sure because I am kind of losing steam with this right now and also losing light, and I need to go make dinner. And yeah, so anyways, rambling on. I will see you guys in a minute, hopefully with a full completed flip through. Okay, I am back. It's actually been a couple of days since I last worked on this. I've done a few updates, and I did finish the habit trackers that I mentioned, the monthlies, and then also the back washi. But I realized before I can do a final flip through, I need to add tabs. So I totally spaced because I definitely want to have tabs in this planner in the weekly section. So I'm going to be using tabs from my shop. These are the rose colored tabs. I felt they matched the kind of pink moths that are on the cover really well. And then I'm also going to be tabbing the back pages that I used for the habit trackers and logs and things. And I'm going to be using my blank tabs for that in the color Soft Mint, just so it's a little bit of contrast. And I can actually write on these what I want to put in the back as tabs, so like habits, running, etc. So I'm going to go ahead and start with these tabs, and I am going to go backwards to the front. I find this is a lot simpler to do, and I do believe it was Siobhan at Just Scribble that told me to do this, and I have never gone back, so very, very happy she gave me this advice because it has been very helpful for a very long time. The way my tabs work is they have this little sidebar here, it's like a little shaded box that lines up with the edge of the page, and then there is a little perforation here in between, so you just fold it over really easily. I'm going to line them all up on the side first, making sure they're all straight before I fold them over, but you could easily go at your own pace with this and, you know, fold them over as you go, or start from front to back, whatever. I just find this is a lot easier for me to do it this way. I'm also not going to talk through this because it is going to be a bit of a thought process for myself and I don't want to mess up. So I'm just going to speed through this really quick and then I will come back and we will add the labels to the other ones in the back. Okay, so I did a quick sanity check, and they're as straight as I think they're going to get. I find that this planner in general is a little bit difficult to work with in terms of the stability. I know it's a paper cover, but it's just a little bit challenging to get it to lay the way I want while I'm putting the tabs on. So I definitely think that took me a lot longer than it usually has. But I feel like those are pretty straight, so I'm going to go ahead and fold all of these over, and then I'm going to write out what I want to tab in the back. While I'm folding these over too, I'm just going to make sure that they are folding over onto the right page that I want. That way I'm not accidentally, pressing two pages together on accident or starting January and December or anything like that. It's just a nice way to double check myself as I go. And since I didn't fold them over already, I can reposition the tab if I need to. Another thing when you're putting on tabs, if you're doing this with me, maybe try sticking it on your finger first before you put it down on the paper. It'll take a little bit of the sticky off initially and make it a bit easier to put it down and move it around if you need to move it around versus just putting it down straight off the sticker sheet with the full stickiness adhered. I just find that it's a little bit simpler if you take a little bit of the sticky off with your finger or your hand or something, and that way you have the ability to move it around a little bit easier. Okay, so for the back pages, I know I want to have a tab for the body measurements, and I'm going to use my Uni Jetstream to write on these. You can use any type of pen, a gel pen, a marker. I would not recommend fountain pen on this type of paper just because I just wouldn't. But yeah, ballpoint pen, gel pen, marker, anything like that will work great on this paper in terms of like writing whatever you want to write. I'm just going to use the Uni Jetstream because it's small and I don't need to write super big on these. But the first one I'm going to write down is for body measurements. And I'm going to do it on both sides. I didn't do both sides last year, but I feel like I should do both sides this year. And then I have a section for my love letter. Sure, why not? I'll tab it because I got tabs. And then habits. And then it should be running log. And then weightlifting. And that should be the rest of these pages. And then I guess I'll go ahead and tab the My 100 because that's the last page. And I am going to go for these tabs front to back because I want them to start at the top of the planner. So start up here versus at the bottom. So the first one is going to go up here at the top. So this is going to be body measurements. And again, I'm not going to fold them over just yet. I just want to place them down until I get them where I want. And then the next one is love letter. Okay. Maybe put that down a little bit more. Yeah. And then habits. And then running, oops. Way too low. Oh my gosh. I am struggling with this one. Oh my goodness. I'm about to just give up and it's going to stick where it's going to stick. Okay. And then weightlifting. And then the last one is the My 100. Which I'm going to put this on this way. Which I guess is backwards, but at least I can line it up a little bit easier because I'm going the other direction. Okay, and I'm just going to fold that one down because that's going to be the last one anyways. So, yeah. I think I have it where I want them. So I'm going to fold them over. And then I think I am officially done with basic setup of this. I did find a clear cover that I wanted to use for this planner. It does not fit perfectly, but I think it will be good enough. Okay, yeah, tabs are done. I'm really happy with the colors I picked too. Okay, So the clear cover that I decided to try with this is actually from Sterling Ink. So this is her N2 size clear cover. And the reason why I thought this one might fit is because it was really small initially when I put it on her planner. And I ended up taking it off because I was worried about it warping the cover and the spine and stuff. So I decided I'm going to try it on the Sneaker Weeks because the Sneaker Weeks is a little bit smaller than her planner. And I think this is going to work just fine. So I'm going to test it on here really quick, and then we will do a flip through. Just going to go slow to protect the washi. Okay, so it fits pretty decently in terms of like here, like horizontally. It has a little bit of a pull up here, but I'm fine with that because this planner is going to get chunky by the time it's done. And plus over time, the cover will kind of form a little bit better to the planner, but it is a bit tall. So there's like a, I don't know, 1/4 inch, maybe a little less of space up here at the top. I don't think that's going to bother me enough, honestly, for it to be a problem. And yeah, I don't think that's really going to bother me. I feel like I'm going to use this like it is in this clear cover for now. If I change my mind, I'll buy something new, but I'm trying to use what I have. So I think this will work okay for what I want to do here. But I'm going to take this back out of the clear cover to make it easier to show you guys what I finished on the cover. And then we will do a final flip through. Okay, so for a final flip through, this is what my cover ended up looking like. I did the London Gifties Moth PET tape clippings here with some of my star stickers that I'm trying to use up. And I went back in with a silver Sharpie and just added some dots, just kind of sporadically to fill in a bit of the negative space, a bit of the blank space. On this spine, I ended up writing 2025, again in that silver Sharpie, and the back is just using the same materials, the clippings from that PET tape, stars, and more of the little silver dots just to kind of pull it all together. I'm honestly really happy with this. I feel like it's really cohesive. It doesn't scream health planner, but I'm still enjoying the way this looks and how cute and pretty the moths are. But opening up, I ended up in the inside cover doing a washi dashboard. I used a few washis that I had from the Coffee Monsters Co., London Gifties, Planner Monkey Co., and then the Washi Tape Shop and Leela Journals. For the inner cover here, I did another tape from London Gifties, and then I just ended up doing a vinyl kind of collage. I have my Taurus Nutrition Facts Zodiac label from my shop and the Skull vinyl, which was a freebie in my shop as well. The 2025 is also from my shop, and it is the neutral gray. I just like to use the things I create because I like them. And then these other two seals are from the Coffee Monsters Co. I believe it's part of her either tea or coffee ones she did. I don't know if she's restocked these recently, but she does restock them every now and then. And then I have more of those star stickers that, again, I'm trying to use up. I did go back in with my Pentel Sign brush pen with, yeah, I did go back in with this and just kind of added little bitty dots and stars and things there again, just to kind of fill in the negative space, make it look a little bit more cohesive. Then for the Year at a Glance pages here, I stuck down my vision board, which I absolutely love. And then I made a little key using the backing of a couple of my notepad pages. The key I decided to go with was yellow, orange, and green because I felt like it matched this page really well. So it's going to be like yellow, orange, and green up here, which will match the yellow, orange, and green in this. But I am going to be tracking pain management here. So I'm going to be tracking my headaches, any kind of digestive problems I have, and then any like depression episodes if you're curious. And then for the other Year at a Glance or Calendex or index pages, whatever you want to call this, I did the same thing with the kind of notes here with the craft and then the back of the other paper, and made a key up here for my exercise. So I went with the same color scheme because I figured it was easiest. I am using these dot markers, by the way. That's what the little dots are from. So again, I have a yellow, an orange, and a green. And then I'm going to be dotting out whatever I do throughout the year here. For the first monthly page, I decided that all of the months not included in 2025 for this planner, I'm going to be using for collections. So for the first one, I decided to do a tea or coffee kind of collection, in which case I will go back in again throughout the year and write in a new tea or coffee that I try and maybe give a little 5-star rating to it. I haven't really decided, but I do want to just kind of track or write down fun things that are tea or coffee that I try out throughout 2025. And then for the monthly pages, I ended up using the Coffee Monsters Co. I think it's like the bullet journal sheets. I used cream whiteout, the Midori, to cover up the weekdays up here, and then I stuck down her stickers and then her date stickers as well. And then the monthly stickers are from my shop. These are the bold monthly headers. I probably will flesh this out a bit more as the year goes on, but I really just wanted to set up the bare bones for each month just to make it easier throughout the year. I find with my health planner, I want function over like pretty. So I want to be able to use it quickly throughout the year versus having to spend a long time setting things up throughout the year. I like to just get it all done at the beginning and then use it as the year goes on. But I did set up all 12 months, January through December, using her kits and then the name stickers from my shop. And then the January 2026 spread is another collections. This is what I want to use for trying out different restaurants in 2025. So I'll write down the name of the restaurant and if I have room, maybe like what I ordered. And then the next month, which would be technically February of 2026, I decided to do this as a collection for top secret recipes. Really just recipes in general. I did the top secret because the little froggy here is on top of his little chest. But I do want to write down some new recipes that I try in 2025 because in 2024, the current year that we're in, I've been writing them down in my main journal and I don't want them to get lost. So I want to kind of make a page where I can see what did I try and maybe if I liked it or not. And then the last collection page here, technically March of 2026, I want to do this for podcasts and music. So like any new music I listen to or any new podcast I pick up, I want to write those down here as well because I feel like I just need to be more present with what I'm consuming and have a page dedicated to like remembering it because it's kind of fun. So yeah. Then for the weeklies, I did end up setting up my bare bones weekly spread. This is the layout in the weeklies of these planners that I have used for almost 3 years now, I think. So I'll give a brief description here. I have 3 lines that I dedicated over here. One for writing down which workout I did, how many miles I ran, and then my meditation times. And then I have a big blank space here, which is what I used for meal tracking. I just write down whatever food I'm consuming during the day because I find it very interesting for myself. And then I have a section over here for my fasting times. Basically, do I start in the morning or afternoon when I break my fast, and how late do I stay eating? Meal ideas is usually where I put down what I'm planning to make for the week or if there's anything in my fridge or pantry that needs to be used up before it goes bad. And then this other section here, how am I feeling, is kind of like a mental health check-in for the week. You know, what did I do for me this week? Did I have a happy moment? Did I have a low moment? And then at the bottom, I usually have some kind of a small habit tracker, keeping track of like different things that I do during the week, like meditation, journaling, medications, anything like that. And then I tabbed all of the weeklies using the tabs from my shop in the rose color. I felt like they matched really well with the pink and the moths on the front and back of the covers. And then for the notes pages, I ended up covering up the like Japanese note-taking thing over here with another vision board. And then I used the floral 𝗂𝗶 from my shop and again the numerology die cut from my shop with a star to just kind of decorate this other page that I will use as an index. And since I have already started, you know, filling out the back pages, I will go back in and fill this out probably off camera, but I'll do that before the year starts. But the first 2 pages I wanted to dedicate to body measurements. So I did this year in 2024 where I took my measurements at the end of 2023, and then I will take my measurements again at the end of this year. So I will write down the measurements around these stickers, which are clippings from a fairy tape from, again, London Gifties, and then at the end of 2025, I will write measurements again. This is all just kind of fun information to see like how my body changes year to year. I don't know, I find it very interesting. I'm a very stats like number-based person when it comes to stuff like this. I just think it's so fascinating. Then I wrote a love letter to myself. I ended up decorating this with the chakra doodles from my shop. I actually am almost out of my sheet, so I'll probably need to grab another one. But I really like to pay attention to like being balanced. So I used the chakra affirmations and kind of wrote a letter based on each chakra, like a little snippet for each chakra for the letter to myself, which is like a love letter saying, you know, things about myself that I love. You can read it if you want. I'm happy I did this. Then I moved on and wanted to set up habit trackers. I decided to do header pages this year. I don't know if I'm going to add anything to these other pages on the other side or if I'll just leave them blank. They're going to stay blank for now, but I set up the whole trackers for the whole year. I ended up doing January on camera with you guys, and then I set up the rest of the year off camera just to save time in the video, but also because it's easier for me to get really close to do this versus doing it on camera. So I'm really just trying to, you know, do what's best for me here, but you can see that I did set up every single month for the year, which again, this helps me stay organized in this planner and not feel like it's a burden because everything's already done. I just have to like spend 5 minutes filling this out. Then I did my running log, and again, I set up January with you guys. I like to track the date that I go on the run, how long I run, so like the time frame, how many miles or kilometers, so distance, then my average pace, and then any notes I have about the run. And again, I set that up for the whole year, January all the way through December. And I kept these pages really plain. I may go back in with washi tapes at some point, but I just kept them really plain this year versus using a bunch of different colors. And then at the back pages, which is the whole reason why I went with the Hobonichi Weeks Mega, is I want to start my weightlifting log. I haven't done any kind of setup back here yet, just because obviously I haven't started using this planner yet. It's still 2024 when I'm setting this up. But when I start using it, I will definitely share it with you guys. My plan is to use like a date sticker and then write down what my workout was, how many weights I did, like set and reps, and then like a little blurb of like maybe how the workout went. So the rest of these pages are blank until we get to the back here. And then I set up part of my 100 page. So I wanted to use the My 100 page as 100 positive things in my life. I already started my list. I'm by no means done. I just stopped here because I got tired, but I'll fill out the rest of this before the year starts. And that is it for the pages of the planner. I didn't set up anything else back here with the other Japanese pages from the Hobonichi planners. I just left them blank as like reference material. I did write personal information. This is when I did my original pen test, but that's it there. And then I used the same washis that I did in the front to just kind of do the same in the back so it's a little bit more cohesive. So this is again that London Gifties tape. And then I did a second washi dashboard with the same tapes as the front. So it looks again cohesive from front to back. All right, I'm going to put the clear cover back on it now so that way it's nice and protected. And yeah, I'm really happy with the setup. I think I was a bit more extensive this year than I was in previous years. So I'm excited to see how I do with it. I am kind of excited to be going back into a Hobonichi Weeks, considering last year I was in the Sterling Ink N2, but I think I would be happy in the N2 again if I wanted to try that out a second time. I just think I needed more notes pages for this year. Okay, if you have any questions about anything I used in this video, any of the supplies, feel free to shoot that down in the comments. I'll do my best to link what I can or tell you what I used. A lot of the stuff I have is older. Again, I'm trying to use my stash, so yeah. But yeah, thanks so much for watching, for hanging out with me today. If you're interested in any more of the setups I will be doing, I will have a playlist in the description, and I'll probably try to link something in the cards maybe, but I still have quite a few more planners to set up for 2025, and I'm very, very excited. I hope you have a great rest of your day. I hope you have a fabulous, fabulous planner setup season, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.